So if you live in an area where you regularly have bears, having something to use for hazing bears is a really good idea. And the sooner you start hazing bears, the better off you will be, because you don't want to let them get used to hanging around. Sometimes these bears are hazed, like say with an air horn, and they're used to this, so you may have to step it up a notch. But firecrackers are very good. A paintball gun. I wouldn't really recommend these flares for home use, because there is you got to be pretty responsible regarding potential of fire. This is some new stuff on the market, these less than lethal CO2 powered pistols, and they also have rifles. They're a little bit pricey, but they pack a really good punch. If you're using something like this, you need to make sure that you are aiming for either the hind corner or the rear end of the bear, because you don't want to injure the bear. Then you got other issues to deal with. But aiming to the back, not real close, but maybe 15, 20 yards is a good distance to utilize this. So this is a good option. So there's several things out there, but this is all you need. These are just a little hard. These are actually biodegradable, and they'll put some pain and really make them want to leave. But the key is hazing is, like I said, you got to have it really early. We also give people rubber buckshot at times to utilize, and when people call early and tell us about situations, it works really well. I had a friend that we gave some rubber buckshot to that had a bear hanging around eating pears. He immediately hazed it with rubber buckshot, and they have not seen that bear since. But if you wait and let it get used to hanging around, it makes it much harder. So haze, and that's why we get a lot of questions about hazing. Why aren't you hazing these bears? Why aren't you hazing these bears? Many times we have tried hazing these bears, and it's not working because they're so far down that spectrum that it's just not going to work for those. So hazing is the earlier the better, for sure. So it's just a standard paintball gun. You can purchase these anywhere, any like a Dick's Sporting Goods, or probably even Walmart carry some of these, and it's a good way. The thing that's nice about these is you can get a lot of shots off real quick, so you don't just have to be a good aim, and you got a good noise that goes along with it too. But the main thing to remember when you're hazing bears is to always yell at the bear when you're hazing. Don't just shoot and throw firecrackers. You yell, "Hey bear, get out of here." They need to associate that negative activity with a human, right? So you want to put the yelling in there so they know, hey, that was a person that did that. When I go around people, bad things happen. That's what you're kind of shooting for, because they do have a great memory, right? The one thing about hazing that is important to know, a lot of times it just moves the bear. They don't come back to your place, but they may still go to your neighbors, right? So at the end of the day, if you're seeing a bear on a regular basis, you really need to be looking around and trying to figure out why it's coming around, because most likely you've got some kind of attractant. And it's also important to remember that the attractant could be something very simple, like an empty bird feeder or an empty cooler or a trash can that you're using to store debris in. The bear still sees it as a potential food source, and they're going to come in there and check it out. So just because there's no food in those bird feeders doesn't mean the bear isn't going to come in there and take a look at it. It's still going to attract them to your property. So you got to not only remove the food, but remove the attractant itself.